Now, its origin, to some extent, I have already replied. We can simply keep in mind that Indian culture does not have a single origin. It has many origins. There will be, for example, the Paleolithic and Neolithic communities contributing. Then you will have the Harappan culture. You will have the Vedic culture. Whether Vedic is the same as Harappan is a complex question which we will not deal with here. You will have the later texts like the Upanishads, like the Mahabharata, Ramayana, the Gita, which is of course a part of Mahabharata. You will have also the Jain texts, very, very important, huge Jain literature, Buddhist literature, and therefore Buddhist schools of thought, Jain schools of thought. And please note I'm speaking in the plural. Similarly, we can speak of the late Vedic schools of thought, you know, the Vedangas, for example. And there were many other schools of thought. So India, and that is the important thing to understand about the culture, that India encouraged, not tolerated, but encouraged multiplicity of schools of thought, multiplicity of approaches. What the Jains, for example, call anekantavada, anekanta, no, ek, one, anekantavada, not one path, not one school of thought, not one system, belief system can take you to the truth. It's not possible. There have to be multiple descriptions of the truth, multiple approaches to the truth, because we can never give one complete description at the intellectual level of the truth. So this has been the Indian thinking. It has encouraged multiculturalism. And even when we see historically the penetration of Vedic ideas, Upanishadic ideas, penetration of Mahabharata and Ramayana, very, very strong all over India, and therefore a certain amount of cultural integration, and also the travels of Jain monks and Buddhist monks carrying the Jain and Buddhist thought systems and belief systems, there has never been suppression of local regional subcultures. They have never been suppressed. They have been fused, they have been integrated, they have been synthesized, if you wish, but they have never been suppressed. And this is one fundamental feature and beauty of Indian culture, that it has believed in dialogue, it has believed in integration, but it has not practiced violent suppression or destruction of other thought systems. We have umpteen numbers of kings conquering by military force other neighboring kingdoms, but encouraging the temples of the conquered territory, encouraging the belief systems and not destroying them. So this has by and large, with a few rare exceptions, this has by and large been the beauty of Indian culture. If we contrast it with what happened in the West and in Europe in particular, there we see wars of religions, we see the Crusades, we see the wars between Protestants and Catholics, we see suppression of pre-Christian pagan religions and destruction of their worship sites, shrines and so on. When Islam also spread, we see a lot of destruction of pre-Islamic cultures. This phenomenon did not take place in India. So that is plain history. As far as my message is concerned, it is simple, that do not imagine that Indian culture is a thing of the past. Do not imagine that it is good for your grandparents, of your museums, or for foreign tourists. And that you need not be concerned with it today. What you need concern with today is a job, getting a job, and then later on when you retire sometime, maybe you can turn to Indian culture. No, that is a tragic mistake. Indian culture has tools to equip you to face the challenges of life. Why? Simply because it has tools to make you understand what you are, who you are and to make you discover your true identity. Not personality that is still at the surface, but deep identity, what you really are, what you are meant to do in this life and what life expects from you. Not so much what you expect from life, but what life expects from you. So this is what Indian culture at its deepest center, core, is about. And if you understand this, you will be so much more strong to face the inevitable challenges of life. You don't think that you will be protected from the challenges of life, and they are growing more and more intense in our current world. We are going towards more and more conflicts, more and more tensions, more and more instability. And you need some rock to hold on to. You need some anchor to hold on to. School education today, I hope there are exceptions, maybe in Chinmaya Vidyalaya in particular, and others, I'm aware of a few exceptions, but average school education today does not equip you to face life. It doesn't tell you what are your real strengths, where to find them, how to develop them. That Indian culture would do.